All right, welcome back. This is your first time. Hello. Wanted to take a second and do a video since it's kind of nice out here in the garage. Got a nice little warmth up coming through, came through, and some rain. So I thought I'd record a video. It's been I don't know about a week or so. Just trying to get better at this. Some of my videos may be changing as the weeks and months progress, and I get further to my medical procedures and things. Maybe gearing the topics towards that and kind of my progression and thoughts, um, and just anything else that may come through that. Just discussing different things may come out of it. So I may, obviously switch gears a little bit and start talking about that. But for this moment in time, kind of wanted to mention something just about dating, um, in general. I'm not really trying to date, but of course, naturally you come across some female interests, right? Everybody has, their desires and interests, and you're never really out of the game unless you just really go off grid, right? Especially in today's day and time. Maybe you meet somebody in your everyday passing or it's online, right? So, I mean, two particular girls I talked to recently, um, it just strikes me how things have progressed and that even I would say mid tier, mid at best women don't even put in the effort either, right? You've shown some effort to try to coordinate some times to go and hang out or do things, or you always reach out and it's just it's never reciprocated, I guess. Back and interest plays a big role no matter how attractive the person is, even in friendship, right? Right, how much effort one's putting in, typically girls that give you effort and show interest, it's a lot easier to work with. They naturally will chase you if there's a burning, genuine desire for you there. But it's exhausting. Um, it is exhausting in a way too that it's just exhausting trying to get things coordinated to go out. But it's exhausting just to know that even fours and fives have mid interest or not excited about you either, right? If they were, they would reach out. They would be like, "Hey, what are you doing tonight? How was your weekend?" Anything, right? If I stop communication, I'll never hear anything from them, and I don't know why, but things may be going on in their personal lives too. Try to keep this thing going. I talked to one girl. We talked about plans to hang out, and then she couldn't. We were going to meet in the gym in the morning, early morning. She wanted to come. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm there at 6 a.m. She's like, okay, I'll be there. She doesn't show, so I send her texts out, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I had to work. Okay, you're just going to leave me hanging, right? You're not even going to reach out and just say, hey, I can't make it because of work. Like even in the morning when I'm going to go. I mean, obviously I didn't wait around for her, and I kind of texted her later after the workout because I knew she probably was a good 80% sure, 90% sure it was going to be a no show. And it was. Um, and another girl, I do reach out, it's via Snapchat, right? I met her out one time and it was okay, something to do, something entertaining, right? And if I don't snap her or talk to her or anything, I never hear anything back. And it's just, genuine interest It's like playing tennis. You hit the ball over the net, you want somebody to hit it back, right? But not hitting it back, it makes things a lot more difficult. It's definitely a loop that I've noticed and been in. Even some girls that I think that are interested, and they are interested, and they do show signs of and indicators of interest while out, and there's sexual attraction, and maybe we even had sex, right? It's just if I don't say something first, I'll never hear from them again, and it's weird. It's not like I'm testing them, but I get busy, and I'm like, oh, I haven't texted her today. I'm like, well, why hasn't she reached out to me either? So girls really desire you. They will do whatever they can to see you or talk to you. And if they're not showing that interest, you should just move on, right? And stop wasting your time with them if they're going to waste yours, right? And take your energy and your mental capacity and your bandwidth away because you're thinking about it, right? I wouldn't call it rejection. Maybe like a subtle rejection, but it's a slow rejection even from the mids. It's a little disheartening. But average women don't want average guys, right? That's pretty critical there, and I wouldn't say, I do have a couple videos and I've talked about before that, where I've I'm the epitome of somewhat mediocrity in certain aspects of my life. Never really below, never really above. Of course, we all have our talents. We have all of our things that we're good at, and how good are we? And I think it's really coming into fruition, with the sim racing and kind of just owning it, like have fun, but also you know where you stand, and you're just trying to get better, and it's all aspects of life, even with dating. So it's just talking to people with flow interest, mild curiosity, whatever it might be, that's not giving you the effort back. And it could even be on the other side too, women and men too. You need to be a little bit more self-aware. Hey, is my efforts being mimicked, or anything like that, to make you feel like it's worth keeping the conversation or anything, or the relationship going. And as a single dad with a hectic work schedule, travel schedule with work, my hobbies, my upcoming struggles that's going to happen with this blood cancer and getting it beyond and past me, and all my other hobbies and responsibilities, I can only have the bandwidth for people that have good amount of interest. Even though I'm somewhat cautious myself because I know what my future holds here for the next year, probably. And I don't want to get down into something too serious, but you can still entertain some things, make acquaintances, make friends, hang out, see if you have something in common, you know, have that support. Maybe when you're going through this, maybe even if it's not romantic support, it's just someone being there outside of your family, And I even think about that with my friends, if they're really going to be too involved or up to date on how I'm doing. And it's a little bit of self-reflection too, and I know people have gone through some struggles, and have I given adequate effort back to check up on them, we could all do a better job at that. I think if we all do a better job at that, being a better person like that, I think the world would be a better place. But I kind of digress here. So, got to focus on people who show enthusiasm and effort towards you and your time. And if they're not, you know, move on. Categorize them where they deserve to be categorized, and then just move on from that. Now, everything does get a little easier when you stop entertaining people, and you're not genuinely excited about, it really weeds out the select few, and you'll appreciate those that come in your life that give you, and you see that effort and enthusiasm, right? And I can even relate it to, the video like I did with my girlfriend that's posted on here, ex-girlfriend, when we broke up. I'd rather be with somebody that celebrates me than just puts up with me, right? And even with friendships, right? Are you just inviting me along to have an extra body on your golf trip, or you genuinely want to see me there and have my company? That's the thing. The friends that I have, the friends, people who I invite out and who I talk to, I genuinely want to see them and excited about spending time with them, right? But that's just me. So um, that's kind of just my quick thoughts. I don't want to make this a real long video. I think a short video like this is necessary for this topic. But if you have a situation like this, you're going through something similar like that, or if you want to shoot me a comment and ask me a question, I'll try to answer it. You know, um, don't get too many comments, likes, or views anyway. But maybe one day. If not, who cares? I'll still be doing this. This is personal projects of mine, and fun. So I think my cigar went out. But um, again, it's kind of what I had. That I'll leave it to you. And we will see each other again, hopefully, right? If not, have fun.